back in the stand again, and literally the lights turned on this morning with the sun coming up, and I had 6 big does come down to me. I got the camera out and everything, but it was having a hard time with the light, so I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They came in, they were right underneath my stand. I couldn't get the camera turned enough to get on them. I literally harvested the deer, this big doe, at like 8 yards from my stand. Tried to get the camera on them, but I wasn't on it this morning. I gotta get my game together if I'm gonna do this. But it was an awesome morning, so I just filled another Maine Expanded Archery tag. I had 2 doe tags and I've got my buck tag, so I could have bought another doe tag because I had another 4 or 5 come running down through later on, probably about 10 minutes ago. But I have another big doe, and I am very blessed today to be in the woods. And okay, well, I just got out of the tree, and like I said, this deer was close. It was like 8 yards when I harvested this deer. I shot at her with my Expedition. She literally, I'm going to show you here in a second. I shoot, it's almost straight down shot. I get her, and she runs, and she literally runs beside the tree that I'm in. I'll show you here. So here's the arrow. This is where she was standing, right here when I shot. So it's almost straight down. Wicked blood. My stand is right there. So here's the blood. Here's the blood trail. The blood. Right here. Right here. Right here. There's my stand. She literally ran beside. Here's my tree. Here's the blood. She ran right beside my tree and headed this way. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You gotta love it when you paint the leaves. And I know she came right over here. I saw her fall down, so right through here. Seeing that. Over this. And there's my deer right there. Big old doe. What a beauty. Sweet. Well, what a great morning in Maine Expanded. I've only been out like a couple times, but this morning the deer were on the move. We just had that big front go through the last few days this week, and this morning there was a bunch of deer moving. I had these deer come down. There was a bunch of deer coming down in by me, and it was right off the bat, fast and furious action. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get the camera on her, but they're so close to me, and I'm between a feeding area and a bedding area, so it's a transition zone. And they're not really, this isn't an area they stick around in and just hang out. They're kind of just moving through it. So I knew the shots this morning. There's another deer trail in front of me about 20 yards. I thought that was the one they were gonna come on. They didn't. They came on the one that was gonna go behind me at about 8 yards. And this big doe, she ended up coming in, and she was literally 8 yards. I tried to get the camera angled down further so I could get her on the camera, but I wasn't getting it done. So I was like, you know what? I'd like to harvest deer, and this was my second Maine Expanded doe tag, so I filled my tag. Literally shot the deer at 8 yards with my Expedition, and she ran by the tree. Blood is actually on the tree that I was sitting in. Came up about probably 35 yards and tipped over, and that was the end of it. I've seen 16 deer this morning. Passed up a small little basket rack 8. First light, because I thought I saw another deer, and I know there's a really good buck in here, a couple of them, so I passed up one, hoping to see another one. Now I'm going to be buck hunting in Maine for my Maine Expanded, and New Hampshire's open now, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my deer out. I got my buddy's Dennis Terriot's new deer drag I'm going to try out today, and I'll show you guys that too. But I'm gonna get this deer out. I'm gonna go check out a couple cameras and maybe go check out New Hampshire. But absolutely great day in the deer woods. Every day's a great deer in the deer woods, whether you get a deer or not. I'm just very blessed that I'm able to do this. And very fortunate. So got some more venison for the freezer, gonna help out some families that are in need. And that's what it's all about, is helping people out. Give back more than you take. I'll never forget that. That's what my grandparents always told me. I was raised by them, so that was one of the messages from my grandfather, was always give back more than you take. And that's a motto I live by. So I'm gonna get this deer taken care of, and we'll get it dragged out, and we'll hit the woods and see what we see. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I've got a new deer drag. A friend of mine makes deer drags. It's his card, if anybody's looking to get one. And so we're going to try this out. He says this is the best deer drag ever, and I'll never want another one afterwards. So today is going to be my first day trying it, and it's for a doe. And luck would have it, we got a big doe. So I'm going to get this thing set up, and we'll see how it works. Looks pretty easy. You got some components here. So let's see. We've got a pin. It's going to go through the nose and the legs, and then that pin goes through this and this, and that'll be the drag. So let's try it out. I think we're ready to go.